Hi, it's time for Science and Stories. Hello to everyone, and how are you today? We've come to our science time to laugh and sing and play. And when you're up, you're up. Put your hands way up high. And when you're down, put them way down low. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up nor down. So roll your hands as slow as they'll go. And then roll your hands so fast. Give your hands a clap, 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 and lay them in your lap, lap, lap. It's my favorite time. It's time for Science and Stories, and I need your help today. I need you to work like a scientist and help me figure out what's in my science bag today. Can you do that? Let's use all of our senses and see if we can figure it out. We'll do it together. We can use our eyes to see, our ears to hear. We'll use our nose to smell and our mouth to taste, and then we'll use our fingers to touch. And then we'll learn so much, just like scientists do when they're trying to figure out what's going on in the world around them. We're going to try and figure out what's going on in the science bag today. Let's start with our eyes. Are you ready, scientists? Take a look. What do you see? I see my purple science bag, but I can tell that it's filled all the way to the top. I also see, can you use your ears for a minute? Do you hear that? What a ruckus. There are a lot of things in the science bag moving around and hitting each other today. If I feel it with my hands, I can see that there's something that's sort of a cylinder shape. What does that look like to you? But there's something else over here that's a different shape. Oh yeah, look, this one's long and thin. Still kind of round. What does that look like to you? There's more. There's a different shape down here. I don't know exactly what that is. And something different. Oh my goodness, there's lots of things in here. What do you think? We've used our eyes. We've used our ears. I've felt all of these things. They're not soft. Let me knock on one. They're kind of hard. You hear that? No smells today. What's your best guess? What do you think is in here? This is a hard one. Do you have an idea? Would you like to make a prediction about what I'm going to pull out of my bag? Go ahead. You can say it out loud. You ready? All right, there's lots of things in here, so I'll pull them out one at a time. 1, 2, 3. What is that? Do you recognize that thing? How about this one? I remember seeing that shape. It's a different shape. Look at all of these different containers. What are they for? Oh, a little one. It looks like this one, just smaller. Hey, this one looks like this one, just smaller. All different sizes. There's more. Do you know anyone who wears glasses like that? Oh, look at that. These things look like fun. I'd like to play with these. What are they? Do you recognize them as science tools? Yeah, we were being scientists and using all of our senses to try and figure out what this is. We could be scientists and use these things to do science work. What do scientists use? Graduated cylinders, beakers. This is an Erlenmeyer flask. That's a fancy word. And these are test tubes. They're science tools. And when scientists are using them, they have to wear special glasses to protect their eyes because they're usually mixing things together to make something new. Have you ever mixed things together to make something new? Maybe you've mixed water and dirt. What do you get when you mix water and dirt together? Mud. How about, have you ever mixed, let's see, glue with contact lens solution. Do you know what you get when you mix those two things together? You get slime. It's fun to mix things together. Be a scientist. A scientist that mixes things together is called a chemist. And a chemical engineer mixes things together to make something new, and then they make a lot of it. I think it would be fun to work like chemical engineers today and see what we can mix together, and maybe we can make a whole lot of something new. What should we mix? You've had experience mixing things together. What should we do today? Maybe we'll read a story and get some ideas. I have a research book that we can use. Today, let's use Whopper Cake by Karma Wilson as our research book. See if we can get some ideas. Are you ready? Whopper Cake. That sounds like somebody mixed some things together to make something really big. Let's see if we're right. Today is Grandma's birthday, and Granddad has an itchin' to bake a Whopper chocolate cake and traumatize the kitchen. Grandma scolds, "Now listen up, don't make a fuss, you hear? Land sakes, I swear your cakes are getting bigger every year." While Grandma runs some errands, Granddad ties his apron tight, props the tattered cookbook up, and sets to do things right. "Who thought up this recipe? The cake will be too small. If I can't make a Whopper cake, I'll bake no cake at all." Granddad grabs a bowl and spoon and makes a frightful clatter. Ingredients go flying as he starts to mix the batter. "I'm sure no cook," says Granddad, "but it would seem to me 2 cups of sugar ain't enough. I'll put in 23. 23 pounds, that is." Granddad cries, "This bowl won't do," and scratches at his head. "Eureka! I have just the thing. We'll use the pickup bed. Go start the old jalopy, boys, and back it in real tight. Grandma's gonna be surprised when she gets home tonight." Recipe says 4 fresh eggs. In go 86. Recipe says 2 cups flour. 10 go in the mix. 10 bags, that is. "I need a bigger stirring stick. This spoon is mighty poor. Head down to the fishing boat and fetch me up an oar." Granddad holds the paddle firm and sets himself to mixin'. "I'm thinkin' that old cook stove might not hold this cake we're fixin'." Recipe says 1 pinch salt. Granddad pinches more. Recipe says 1 cup cocoa. In go 24. 24 boxes, that is. Granddad licks the mixin' ore. It tastes just like a dream, but Grandma likes her birthday cake topped off with fresh ice cream. "Let's head down to the market, boys, and buy up all they've got. A treat so cold is pleasin' on a day so scorchin' hot." The drive to town is mighty warm this day in mid-July. While that sun is blazing down, that cake is rising high. 10 feet high, that is. Driving home, we're followed by a chocolate-scented cloud, and when folks get a whiff of it, there gathers quite a crowd. No one's ever seen a cake so big and wide and tall. Granddad cries, "Step right up, there's plenty here for all." Everybody pitches in to help us decorate. With shovels we spread frosting. Then we settle down to wait. We all hide till Grandma comes. And then we yell, "Surprise!" And when she sees that birthday cake, she can't believe her eyes. "All this fuss for me?" she asks. "But why, for heaven's sakes?" Your heart's so big, says Granddad. You deserve a Whopper cake. Grandma blows her candles out. I've just one wish, I guess. I'll enjoy this Whopper cake. And you clean up the mess. The Whopper mess, that is. The grandpa in this story worked like a chemical engineer to mix things together to make something new and make something really big, a Whopper cake. Have you ever mixed things together to make a cake? I want to work like a chemical engineer today and mix some things together to make something new. Maybe make something really big happen. How about you? Do you want to work with me? If you do, you're going to need a place to work where it's okay if it gets messy, because chemical engineering can be really messy. And you'll also need something to mix in, like maybe a bowl and a spoon. That'll work. Or just a cup and a popsicle stick will work too. I'm going to use my science tools today. If you have any of those around, those work well. You're also going to need to find some things from around the house that are safe to mix. Get a grown-up to help you with that. Let's see what I found. In my engineering bin today, I have some vinegar. That's safe to mix with. I also have some baking soda. Have you ever mixed baking soda and vinegar together? Let's try it today. Yeast. That's something I had in my fridge that I think would be safe to mix with. Or dish soap. That'll work too. Oh, food coloring. It's always fun to make our chemical reactions colorful. And what else is in here? Some cornstarch. That's safe to mix. You can find some things too in your kitchen that are safe to mix together. All right, let's see. Where should we start? I think I'm going to use this little Erlenmeyer flask to start with. I'll do some experiments. I'll put my beakers and my graduated cylinders and my big Erlenmeyer flask down here. I'll put this right here in the middle of the tray because I'm expecting a mess. Maybe the tray will fix it. All right, I have some water, vinegar, and food coloring mixed together in this test tube. And I have some baking soda in the other test tube. All right, put on our safety glasses. Make sure we protect our eyes. Who knows what's going to happen? All right, let's put in the colored vinegar. What color did I make my vinegar today? A beautiful green. I'm going to use this funnel to put in my baking soda. What do you think is going to happen? Can you make a prediction? We're mixing things together to make something new. Here we go. Oh my goodness, what a great reaction. Look at all the bubbles. Was that surprising to you? We were chemists. We mix things together. Now I want to make an even bigger reaction. What if we use a bigger Erlenmeyer flask and mix? This time I've got a different color vinegar water. What color did I put in my vinegar this time? Put it all in. What color will the bubbles be? Here's my baking soda. Do you have a prediction of what's going to happen? Is it going to be the same thing as before? Let's find out. Oh, blue bubbles. What a great reaction. That was a lot of bubbles. But today we are working like chemical engineers, which means I want to make even more bubbles. We're going to need a bigger flask. How about this one? Is that one bigger? Yes, now I have a small flask with green liquid. I have a medium flask with blue liquid, and I have a large flask with purple liquid. Do you think it'll make purple bubbles? I have a chemistry secret. I have a different kind of liquid in this flask than I have in that one or that one. I'm hoping it will make more bubbles. Let's give it a try. Are you ready, engineers? Put on your flasks. We're trying to make more bubbles. Let's pour this test tube of liquid in. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Here they come. I thought they were going to be purple bubbles. They're green. It's still going. We made more bubbles. They're almost burying my flasks. Chemists call this elephant toothpaste. Does it look like elephant toothpaste to you? I think if we're going to have enough bubbles for an elephant, we're going to need a bigger flask. How about this one? Now I have a small, medium, large, and extra large Erlenmeyer flask. We're also going to need a very large toothbrush. I have one of those. We're also going to need an extra large elephant. Do you know where we'll find one? Have fun working like a chemical engineer. I'll see you next time.